Long ago, there was a young Brahmin named Ajamil, who was a reservoir of good qualities. Ajamil always controlled his mind, never spoke frivolous words, and was a faithful husband to his young wife. Mild, truthful, humble, and well-behaved, he would dutifully go and pick fruit, flowers, and kusha grass each day in the service of his elderly mother and father.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo. What is that horrible singing? Oh, that lusty Sudra embracing a prostitute. Terrible. Most improper. Intoxicated in public. Most improper. See him with spices smeared upon his body, just to incite her lusty desires. Shameless. I will not see these things. Look at her. I should leave this place. I'll leave now. I must control my mind.
In the same way that the sun or the moon becomes eclipsed by a low planet, Ajamil, despite his Brahminical training, felt the awakening of lusty desires within his heart. In illusion, Ajamil fell under their control.
You are home, my husband. Please sit down and let me bring you your lunch. Is something troubling you?
No.
Have I done something wrong?
I told you no. Stop bothering me. Just leave me alone.
You've never yelled at me like this before. Has something happened that is disturbing you?
No, nothing. While I was out walking and collecting flowers for my father, I guess I saw something that I really want.
What could have transformed you so?
Transformed? Me? No. It's just that I've decided that you should not have to work so hard, my dear wife. You need a maidservant. Yes. I'll find you a maidservant. A servant to help you. And stay here in the house with us.
Because his intelligence was bewildered by lust for the prostitute, Ajamil took her into his house as a maidservant. He soon abandoned all the regulative principles of a Brahmana and became degraded. Engaging in sinful acts with the prostitute, Ajamil rejected his beautiful, chaste wife.
Ajamil,
Yes, my darling.
what have you brought me today?
Gifts and presents for your pleasure.
Oh, these are nice. Have you brought me anything else?
Only some news. My father's dead.
So what?
He's left me an inheritance.
Oh, that is good news.
Yeah, and it will be all spent for your pleasure.
Oh, I'm flattered.
I'm not trying to flatter you. Just be pleased with me.
In time, Ajamil became addicted to forbidden acts in order to satisfy the prostitute's illicit desires and to maintain their many children. Plundering, gambling, and cheating, he thus allowed his life to speed by until his 88th year.
Come on, me friend, sit down here.
Thank you, Ajamil.
There you go. Let's play a little dice. Do you feel lucky today?
Yes, I do. I'll play with you.
How much money would you like to bet this time? Oh, so much. That's good. 7. I win.
Hey.
Try again.
Hey, wait a second.
Well, luck's on my side. 7, I win again.
Hey, wait a second.
I tell you what, let's double our bets, all right?
But double, no.
7, I won again.
Hey, wait a second. I think you're trying to cheat me.
You what? You dare call me a cheat? Huh! I'll show you that I don't need to cheat you to get your money. Huh! Cheating isn't necessary. I'd like you to meet some of my sons. I'm gonna take all your money away. By force. Take his money. Get him out of here. Son, bring this money to your mother. Tell her to buy something nice for herself. Ah, Narayan. Come here, son. My little boy. You're certainly cute. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba. Although my other sons help in my businesses, Narayan, you bring me the most enjoyment in my old age. Narayan.
I want, eat.
No. This type of drink isn't for you, son. All right, okay, Narayan. Go to your mother now. Go on, little Narayan. Go on.
Bye.
Go, Narayan. Go.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Narayan.
Bye.
Narayan. Yeah. 10 sons. Many daughters. But little Narayan's my favorite. He's the best of all. Cheating, gambling, stealing. It's easy to get money. I know how to make my wife happy. But this little Narayan, he knows how to make me happy. Narayan! Narayan!
What's happening, Father? You look like you're dying. Mother, come quickly.
Ajamila!
Get Narayan! Narayan!
Get Narayan! Get Narayan! Quickly, get Narayan!
Narayan! Narayan!
You sinful husband of a prostitute. We are going to snatch the soul from the core of your heart.
Stop! We forbid you to touch Ajamil.
What? Desist in trying to steal away Ajamil's soul.
Who do you think you are?
We will punish you severely if you do not stop.
We are the servants of Yamaraj, the king of religious principles and the lord of death. No one has dared challenge us before. Out of the way!
You are claiming to be messengers of Yamaraj, but you yourselves do not know the principles of religion.
Who are you? Where have you come from? Why are you forbidding us to touch the body of sinful Ajamil?
Ajamil is not sinful. He is sinless.
We have heard from our master Yamaraj that Narayan, the supreme cause of everything, has given us the Vedas. Those who follow the Vedas are religious, and those who disobey are irreligious. We now drag sinful Ajamil to Yamaraj for punishment, for his purification.
Your demand to punish a sinless person is painful to hear. Because Ajamil has chanted the holy name of Narayan, he is now pure and eligible for liberation.
But Ajamila was not even chanting the name of the Supreme Lord. He was only fearfully crying for his son.
He still uttered the 4 syllables, Narayana. By chanting Narayana, Ajamil destroyed sinful reactions from millions of lives. The Lord's holy names are like fire. One's awareness of fire is irrelevant. Fire still burns. The Lord's holy names purify, whether one is aware of their power or not.
No one has ever stopped us before. Anywhere. We are the messengers of the Lord of Death. We still consider Ajamil sinful, despite his chanting Narayan. Sinning, chanting, sinning, chanting, sinning, chanting, sinning. He must be punished.
Although Ajamil did sin, he was not thinking, I will sin and then become purified by chanting the Lord's names. No, that would be offensive. He simply chanted Narayan again and again to call his son, and his continuous chanting purified him. Because Ajamil chanted the Lord's name offensively while dying, he is no longer subject to go to hell to pay for his past sinful deeds. You must leave Ajamil here.
Let us go.
The Yamadutas, unable to take Ajamil, fled to their master Yamaraj in a bewildered state.
Lord Yamaraj, we have been defeated. We could not take Ajamil.
Some beautiful 4-armed person stopped us. Who were they?
My dear servants, you are just like my sons. Those were the Vishnu-dutas, the servants of the Supreme Lord Narayan. You could not stop them because they are almost as powerful as the Lord himself.
But why did they stop us? Ajamil was sinful and irreligious.
What is the use of our judging a man sinful if someone else will judge him sinless?
Shouldn't there be one standard and one judge?
True religion comes directly from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And no one can know true religious principles unless they learn them from the Lord or his empowered servants. Listen, I shall explain everything to you. Although sinful Ajamil chanted the holy names of the Lord only to call his son, nevertheless, by chanting Narayan, he remembered Lord Narayan and was immediately freed from all sinful reactions and saved from being dragged to hell by your ropes of death. Such is the potency of the holy names. My dear servants, in the future, do not approach devotees. No one can chastise devotees, not even me. Only bring me those who don't chant Hare Krishna. Leave the devotees alone.
After hearing the glorification of the Lord's holy names, the Yamadutas were struck with wonder. Since then, as soon as the Yamadutas see a devotee, they fear him and do not look at him again. Meanwhile, Ajamil, realizing he had been saved from a horrible fate by the Vishnu-dutas, began to reflect.
How I have ruined my life. My father and mother were Brahmins and had no other son. How much misery and difficulty I gave them by neglecting them in their old age. How ungrateful I was. Then, after rejecting Brahminical life for plundering, cheating, and illicit sex, I stood condemned, poised to be ripped from my body and dragged to hell. But I was saved. Where have my rescuers gone? Will I ever again see those beautiful lotus-like servants of Vishnu? I must become Krishna conscious. I'll go to Hardwar, perform devotional service, and become purified.
Blessed by his association with the Vishnu-dutas, Ajamil detached himself from material life with determination. Freed from all material affection, he immediately left home. Once in Hardwar, Ajamil took shelter of a Vishnu temple, controlled his senses, applied his mind to the service of the Lord, and became fully absorbed in thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When his intelligence and mind were fully fixed on the form of the Lord, the Brahmana Ajamil once again saw before him those celestial persons whom he had seen before.
Oh, you have returned.
Yes, we went away just to fix you in meditation upon the Lord. Now we have come to take you back home, back to Godhead.
Thus, Ajamil, having been awarded a transcendental form exactly resembling the Vishnu Dutas, boarded an airplane made of gold. Passing through the airways, he went directly to the abode of Lord Vishnu, the husband of the goddess of fortune. Because this narration about Ajamil has the potency to vanquish all sinful reactions, one who hears it or describes it with faith and devotion is no longer doomed to hellish life, regardless of how sinful he may have been. And after giving up his present body, such a faithful soul returns back home, back to Godhead. After a great battle between the demigods and demons, the demigods, led by King Indra and helped by the Supreme Lord Hari, were victorious, leaving many demons, including Bali Maharaj, the king of the demons, lifeless on the battlefield.
Sukracharya, we have brought Bali Maharaj. Please help him. I think it's too late.
Yes, he has already left his body. But by the touch of my hand and by the sound of my Sanjivani mantra, I will bring him back to life. By my blessings, you will remember everything.
What? What? Oh! I've been defeated and killed. But I'm alive.
I have brought you back to life.
You are the great Sukracharya.
Do you wish to become powerful enough to defeat the demigods? To replace Indra and reign supreme as King of Heaven?
My heart burns for revenge.
Then you will appreciate my instructions.
Oh, powerful one, please allow me to become your disciple.
I will accept you.
You have brought me back to life, and therefore my faith in you is great. Please accept all that I own as an offering at your feet.
Bathe and become purified. Upon returning, we'll see about satisfying your desires.
Bali Maharaj, the son of Virochana and the great-grandson of Hiranyakashipu, bathed and was purified according to the regulative principles. Then, after being blessed by the powerful Brahmin descendants of Bhrigu Muni, he returned.
My Guru, I have returned, eager to defeat my enemies.
We will now perform the sacrifice known as Shashvajit. You will be impressed with the results. Your chariot, covered with gold and silks. Now more ghee. A golden bow and 2 quivers of arrows that will not fail you. and armor from the heavenly world. All that you'll need to conquer your enemies. And I will personally offer you a conch shell.
Both the Brahmins and my spiritual master have blessed me. I have my chariot, my bow, my arrows, and my armor. Soldiers! Soldiers! Assemble and prepare for war! Indra, soon I will be sitting on your throne.
King Indra! King Indra! The enemy is attacking. Their leader Bali Maharaj is shining like a fierce fire, and he appears great enough to consume us all. I can understand your fear. How are the citizens reacting? They are frightened. I'd better speak to my spiritual master Brihashpati before deciding what to do. Brihashpati. Oh, master. My old enemy Bali Maharaj has returned. This time he seems unconquerable.
Bali Maharaj is now equipped with spiritual power.
Where has he gotten them from?
His powers come from his spiritual master, Sukracharya, and from the blessings of the Brahmins.
I don't think we can withstand him.
You are correct. Neither you nor your men can conquer Bali. Only the Supreme Personality of Godhead has the strength to defeat him.
How then can I gain victory?
Bali has become extremely powerful because he has pleased his spiritual master. Bali will lose his powers when he refuses to follow his spiritual master's instructions.
Will that happen soon?
Do not fear, Indra. That time will certainly come. For the present, the demigods should leave the heavenly planets and go where they will not be seen.
Listen, O demigods! Listen carefully! We must leave immediately. We cannot fight with Bali Maharaj now. For the present, we must flee. But the future is ours.
The demigods, accepting the words of King Indra and assuming forms according to their desires, left Indrapuri unnoticed. When the demigods disappeared, Bali Maharaj triumphantly entered.
At last, the heavenly kingdom is mine. I have waited a long time for this moment.
As I promised, everything is now yours.
Oh, spiritual master, since my victory simply came by your blessings, everything is actually yours.
Simply continue following my instructions and all will continue to go well.
What should I do next?
You have conquered the heavenly kingdom, but to keep the throne of Indra as your own, you must perform the Ashwamedha sacrifice not just one time, but 100 times.
I will immediately do as you've instructed.
Because of the favor of his spiritual master Sukracharya, Bali Maharaj, feeling great satisfaction, ruled the kingdom of heaven. But Bali's happiness was not felt by all. Aditi, the mother of the demigods, was filled with lamentation. Because of her unhappiness, she no longer took pleasure in keeping the ashram of her husband, Kashyapa Muni, festive and beautiful.
Alas, who will protect me now? My sons have been chased from the kingdom of heaven by our enemies, and my husband is away deep in yogic trance. What is the use of my being alive? Oh, my husband, you've returned after so many days. I'm so happy to see you.
Something seems wrong. The ashram does not look correct. What has happened? Have you made an uninvited guest feel unwelcome?
No, my husband.
O chaste and auspicious woman, have you neglected to offer ghee in the sacrificial fire?
No, my husband. I always keep the sacrificial fire properly.
Seeing your saddened face tells me your mind is not peaceful. What is the matter?
The fire, guests, servants, and even the cows and beggars are all being properly cared for by me.
Then what is wrong?
Oh, my husband, please favor me and my sons. I know that you are a great personality, and you do not favor either the demigods or the demons. But we need your protection. Our enemies, the demons, have taken everything. Please, O great and powerful one, O best of sages, please consider the situation and give my sons your blessings, so that they may regain the heavenly kingdom.
How powerful is the Lord's illusory energy. It forces the eternal soul to fear for the welfare of his family, while actually that soul has nothing to do with even his own material body, what to speak of his family.
O great sage, please help me.
It is nice that you are asking help from your husband, but only the Supreme Lord Krishna can help anyone.
Then instruct me in worshipping the Lord, so that he will be pleased with me and fulfill my desires. You are my spiritual master. As Lord Brahma instructed you, please instruct me.
As you wish. Perform the Payavrata ceremony to achieve your desire of pleasing the Lord. To successfully complete this vow, you will have to strictly follow many rules and regulations. But while following them, remember, to fill your consciousness with love of Krishna is the real goal.
Kashyapa Muni explained to his wife Aditi the ritualistic Payavrata, which is meant to please the Lord. Then, after hearing the description of the process, Aditi began her practices. For 12 days, she strictly worshipped the Lord and gradually brought her mind and intelligence under control. Suddenly, the Lord himself appeared in his four-armed form. After Aditi offered prayers, the Lord, being pleased, agreed to help by becoming her son. At the Lord's birth, his four arms held a conch shell, disc, club, and lotus, and he was dressed in yellow garments. He quickly assumed the form of a dwarf Brahmin and was called Vamanadev. When Lord Vamanadev heard that Bali Maharaj was performing the Ashvamedha sacrifice, he proceeded to the sacrificial arena. As he walked, his weight pushed down the earth with every step.
What's that?
It's effulgent, so bright.
Like the sun rising nearby.
No, Sanat Kumar.
The fire god must be personally coming to see Bali Maharaj's Ashvamedha sacrifice.
Please sit down, oh beautiful one. May I wash your lotus feet and place the water upon my head? Oh, Brahmin boy, have you come here to beg something from me? Whatever you want, you will get. Whatever. Take a cow, gold, a house, a wife, food, drink, villages, horses, chariots, elephants, whatever you desire.
O King Bali, you are a great descendant of a valiant warrior family. A family so chivalrous that no one has ever refused to give charity to Brahmins. And after promising to give charity, no one has ever failed to fulfill that promise.
Your words glorifying my family are true, for my family members are all glorious.
In your family, Hiranyaka was born. Hiranyaka was such a powerful fighter that after Lord Vishnu killed him, the Lord still marveled at Hiranyaka's powers.
Yes, Hiranyaka was certainly powerful.
And your great-grandfather, Hiranyakashipu, had such mighty determination. He was incomparable. Out of fear, Vishnu hid himself in Hiranyakashipu's heart.
Such strength of character.
Hiranyakashipu continued his great anger against Vishnu right until the time of his death by Vishnu.
My great-grandfather was certainly a hero.
And your father Birochan was so affectionate to the Brahmins that when they asked him for his life, he gave it to them in charity.
My father was certainly an ideal king. Now, What can I offer you, O Brahmin boy?
O king of the demons, all I want is, by my steps, 3 paces of land.
My dear young boy, your words are as good as those of a learned man, but you seem to possess the intelligence of a mere child. I can give you an entire planet, because the universe is mine. And you ask me for 3 paces of land?
If one is not satisfied with 3 paces of land, he would probably not be satisfied possessing all of the 3 worlds.
Oh, small boy, ask me for something so great that you'll never have to ask anyone for anything again, at any time. Be intelligent.
One who is satisfied easily is fit for liberation from material bondage.
As you wish. Take what you like.
Stop! Stop! This brahmachari in the form of a dwarf brahmana is Vishnu! He has come to help the demigods! You don't know what a dangerous thing you have done! This will bring great harm to the demons!
But I have promised him only 3 steps of land.
3 steps! But he will take everything! You rascal! You don't know what a mistake you have made! After he takes everything from you, how will you live? How will I live?
But I've already promised him.
But you didn't say Om first. You can still get out of it. The scriptures say you will only have to keep your promise if you say Om first.
If the Brahmin boy wants everything, then I want to give him everything.
Lie if you have to. Tell him that you don't have anything. When one's life is in danger, lying is never condemned. Tell him no!
Oh, great sage. I do not fear hell, poverty, an ocean of distress, fall down, or even death, as much as I fear breaking my word to a Brahmin.
But he's not a Brahmin. He is your sworn enemy, Vishnu. You must fight him.
Even if he is Vishnu, and has hidden himself in the form of a Brahmin out of fear of me, still, because he has assumed the form of a Brahmin, no matter what he does, I shall not fight with him.
You fool!
But I've already promised him. Mother Earth once said, I can bear any heavy thing except a person who is a liar.
So, now you have so much knowledge that you are instructing me, your spiritual master. You will lose everything.
My opulences will be taken away at the time of death anyway. I should please this Brahmin by offering him the riches that I am already destined to lose.
You disobedient disciple, I curse you! You will soon lose your entire wealth!
O my lord, I offer you the gift of land, as I have promised.
The unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vamanadev, began increasing in size until the Earth, all the planetary systems, the sky, the seas, birds, beasts, human beings, the demigods, and the great saintly persons were within him. All the members of Bali Maharaja's assembly saw everything in existence within Lord Vamanadev's body. Taking his second step, Vamanadev covered the heavenly planets, and as the Lord's foot extended higher and higher, beyond Mahaloka, Janaloka, and finally beyond Brahmaloka, piercing the universal covering, allowing the holy Ganges River to enter and flow within the material world. But not even a spot remained for his third step. Then the Supreme Master, Lord Vamanadev, reduced himself from his all-pervading form and again assumed the small form of a beautiful dwarf Brahmin boy.
O king of the demons, you have promised to give me 3 steps of land, but I have covered the universe with 2. Where can I put my 3rd step? One who does not properly give a beggar what he has promised must go to hell. You promised to give me land, but you cannot keep your promise. Therefore, your promise was false, a lie. Now where can I put my 3rd step?
O personality of Godhead, if you think I've broken my promise, I must satisfy you. Please, place your 3rd step upon my head. worshipable Lord, you have stopped my materialistic activities, and so I regard this punishment as your mercy.
My dear Bali Maharaj, in spite of losing your wealth, and in spite of being chastised and cursed by your own spiritual master, you neither renounced your truthfulness nor your devotional service. You have passed my test, and I am pleased with you.
Thus, Lord Vamanadev delivered the heavenly planets back to Indra and fulfilled the desire of Aditi. He simultaneously rewarded Bali Maharaj with his own planet in the lower regions of the universe and gave him the special benediction of personally becoming his doorkeeper. If one hears the activities of the personality of Godhead, he is freed from all sinful reactions and either is elevated to the higher planets or is brought back to home, back to Godhead.
Krishna, Krishna, let's all play, going to the forest. Sound upon our flutes and horns, keep the cows before us. With a stick, lunch back too, we'll be happy seeing you. Krishna, beautiful and blue, Hari, Hari, Bol, Hari, Hari, Bol. Krishna, Krishna, now we're here, dancing all together. Decorate with twigs and leaves, clay and peacock feathers, putting feathers in our hair. Krishna's pleasure is our care, loving him we have no fear. Hari, Hari, Bol, Hari, Hari, Bol.
Oh, Sudama, see Krishna up there looking at the forest? I will run the fastest and be the first to touch him.
Oh, no, David Prost. I will be the first to touch Krishna.
No, no, you don't. I will be the first.
Watch me dance like that peacock. Peacock, peacock, peacock. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Look here, Mandali Bhadra. See the shadow of this bird? Let's see if we can follow it.
Oh, monkey, you look so funny. You can't get away, silly monkey. I've got you.
Here comes a frog. Here, he's going to the water. I'll follow him.
When Lord Krishna was enjoying his childhood pastimes with his boyfriends, one Agashura demon became very impatient. He was unable to see Krishna playing, so he appeared before the boys, intending to kill them all. He was so terrible, even the demigods were afraid of him.
This Krishna has killed my sister Putana and my brother Bakasura. Now I shall kill him along with all his friends and calves. My name is Agasura. I'm fat and round. My lip is in the sky. My jaw is on the ground. My wide open mouth is just like a cave. Soon it will be Krishna's grave. From my mouth hot wind blows. From my eyes fire glows. Now I am waiting to swallow you. Please come in, dear boy of blue.
Look, Sridham. There's something lying on the road. What do you suppose it could be?
Vishala, this figure appears to be a great animal, ready to swallow us all. Just see, is it not a big snake that has widened his mouth to eat us?
Yes, what you say is true. But if we all at one time entered in the mouth of this great serpent, how could he possibly swallow us all? And even if he could, Krishna would save us.
Yes, let's go in. Let's go in.
Then, talking in that way, all the cowherd boyfriends of Krishna entered the mouth of the great Agashura demon. Unlike the demigods, they had no fear of the demon because they had taken complete shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna.
They've all entered my mouth. Ha! Now I have them. When the children die, all the inhabitants of Vrindavan will die of grief. Ha 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 ha! Oh, all except Krishna have entered. He's the one who killed my brother and sisters. I will wait for him.
Krishna is the assurance of safety to everyone. But when he saw that his friends had entered the belly of the serpent, he became momentarily aggrieved. Even though there was factually no concern on Krishna's part, he was thinking that way out of love for his devotees.
Oh no! All my friends have entered the mouth of Agasura. What shall I do? I know. I also will enter into the demon.
When Krishna entered the demon's mouth, all the demigods began to cry. At the same time, all the friends of Agashura, especially Kansa, who were accustomed to eating flesh and blood, began to express their jubilation. While the demon was trying to smash all the boys, Krishna heard the lament of the demigods, and he immediately began to expand himself within the belly of the serpent. He grew bigger and bigger until the demon could no longer breathe. His big eyes moved violently, and he quickly suffocated. Finally, his life air burst out of a hole on the top of his head and hovered in the air. Then the demon's body fell dead, and the boys emerged unharmed.
Krishna has saved us from the terrible demon.
We were as if dead, but Krishna brought us back to life.
When Krishna emerged from the demon's mouth, the shining spirit soul that had been hovering in the air merged into the body of the Supreme Lord, and thus Agashura gained liberation by the eternal mercy of Krishna. The demigods were overwhelmed with jubilation and began to praise him, saying,
Jai, Jai, all glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jai, Jai, all glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jai, Jai, all glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jai, Jai, all glories to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna, peacocks crow and cool winds blow, the waters fall and cuckoos call, the lotus blooms beneath the moon, but everything is mute when Krishna plays his flute. One day Krishna and Balaram were playing with their friends. A demon named Pralamba came there to pretend. He changed his ugly body to look like one of them. He said, Kamsa has sent me to kill these boys of white and blue.
Oh, Balaram, you are so great. No one could defeat you. I am so glad to have your association. Today is so nice. The calves are contented. The wind is blowing sweet fragrance. And I am thinking that because of your presence, there could be no misfortune in all the 3 worlds.
Yes, my friend. Let us not worry about anything, but simply join together with my younger brother Krishna and play to our heart's content. He is the reservoir of pleasure, and with him present there can be no loss of happiness. Here, friend, catch his fruit. So we came a little closer to join into their fun, thinking he would steal the Lord and away he would run. But because the Lord is residing in everyone's heart, he knew the demon's evil plan from the very start.
Coward boy in the blue dhoti is not a coward boy at all. He is a big demon who has assumed this form to try to kill me and Balaram. I have an idea. We'll have a mock fight, and Balaram will defeat him.
Krishna said, come boys, let's fight. We'll challenge Balaram with our might. The team who wins the first attack will ride upon the loser's back. As they played, they watched the cows. Pralamba meant to keep his vow. So there he was on Krishna's side, trying his best his form to hide.
Come on, boys. Let's have a duel. My team against yours, Balaram. Pick your men. Come, friend. Please join with me. With your help, I'm sure our team will win.
Oh, no, dear Krishna. You may be very great, but don't think that you can defeat me.
You may be my elder brother, Balaram, but we shall see whose prowess is greater.
Just you wait.
We'll see who's best.
Come on, get ready.
We're not afraid.
1, 2, 3, go.
Get your out of the way there. I almost got him right now. Oh, no, we'll push him back. We won. We won. All right, you boys. Come here so we can take our victory ride. As it was, Balaram was victorious. His strength and his name are most glorious. So now the demon grew bolder. He took the Lord on his shoulder. He had thought Krishna to be most powerful, but now he found himself most sorrowful. For Balaram's just like a mountain, which is something he didn't count on. As Balaram was carried weight, his normal form assumed. He looked just like a cloud with lightning carrying the moon. Oh my! Just look at my carrier. He's not a cowherd boy. He appears to be a great demon carrying me away from all my friends. Well, I shall not let him go any further. All right, you demon. Let's see you stand up to my hand. So Baladeva has never missed, hit Pralamba with his fist. The ugly demon fell down dead, just like a snake with a smashed head. The boys were praising his powers, while the demigod showered flowers, and the music was heard for hours, the chanting of his names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
One autumn night, as the full moon brightened everything, Lord Chaitanya wandered in the gardens of Jagannath Puri with his confidential devotees. As they walked from garden to garden, Lord Chaitanya envisioned the pastimes of Lord Krishna and sang and danced in ecstatic love. When Svarup Damodar recited verses describing the rasa dance, Sri Chaitanya became overwhelmed.
Where is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
I don't know.
He seems to have vanished.
Perhaps he's gone to the temple of Jagannath.
Or laid down in ecstasy in some garden.
He might have gone to the Gundicha temple. Or maybe to Lake Narendra.
We must find him. You check the gardens, and you go to the temple. I'll gather some of the other devotees and search near the ocean. Lord Chaitanya! Lord Chaitanya! Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu!
What had happened to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? When Svarup Damodar had recited a verse about Lord Krishna's pastimes with the gopis within the Jamuna River, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly saw the sea. In the brilliant autumn moonlight, he mistook the sea's high glittering waves for the Jamuna River, and running swiftly, he jumped into the water and lost consciousness. Sinking and floating like a piece of dry wood, he was carried north of Jagannath Puri towards the Konarak temple. Meanwhile,
Tavakara Kamalabare Nakama Buddha Sringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Oh, look out! Here comes a big wave! Oh. Each night, I wander alone, fearlessly casting my net again and again, catching fish to support my wife and family. Oh, Tavakara Kamalabare Nakama Butasringam. I thought that might be a ghost. But no ghost can touch me, for I always sing the Nashringa mantra and remain safe.
Tavakara kamalabare nakamadbuta sringam. Oh, what's this? Wow, what a fish. I think I got a big one this time. Wow, this one's huge. This fish is going to feed us for a long time. I've got him. Here he is. He's a dead body. Get this body out of my net. I'll push it out. Hurry, a ghost has entered me. Hurry. Tavakara kamalabare nakamar. Hurry, puta sringam. Nashinga. Hurry.
Lord Chaitanya! Lord Chaitanya! Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu! We're near the temple of Konak. Maybe the Lord is nearby.
This is most disturbing.
Sri Chaitanya! Sri Krishna Chaitanya!
Hurry.
This is not ordinary. Fisherman! Come here! Fisherman! My dear fisherman, why are you behaving like this? Have you seen someone nearby? Please, why are you acting like this?
I have not seen a single person, hurry, nearby, but
Tell us.
Casting my net in the water, hurry, captured a hurry, dead body, hurry.
You caught a corpse in your net?
Yes, hurry. First I thought he was a hurry, huge fish, but as soon as I hurry, saw what it was, hurry. Great fear, hurry, arose in my hurry, mind.
Did you touch the
I
corpse?
tried to push it, hurry, from my hurry net, but as soon as I hurry, touched it, a hurry, ghost entered, hurry, me, hurry.
Then what?
I began to hurry, shiver and hurry, cry in fear, hurry. Tears, hurry, rolled down my cheeks. My voice faltered and all the hurry, hairs on my body stood up on hurry, and hurry. I couldn't hurry, control myself. I began to say, hurry. I do not know whether the ghost hurry came from a dead brahmana or a hurry, ordinary man. Hurry.
What did this ghost look like?
He's hurry, very long, maybe 7 to 10 hurry feet, and each of his hurry arms and hurry legs is at least 4 hurry feet long. Hurry. The joints of his body are all separated beneath his skin. Hurry. No one can see that hurry ghost and remain alive. Hurry.
All right, calm down now. Calm down, please.
The ghost, he hurry keeps his eyes open. Sometimes he utters the sounds, hurry, gone, and sometimes hurry, he remains hurry, silent.
At least the Lord is alive.
I've seen and touched this hurry ghost, and now hurry, I'm haunted. If I die, who'll hurry take care of my wife and children? Hurry. I need an exorcist immediately. Hurry. Someone must release me from this hurry ghost. Hurry. I wander alone at night, killing hurry fish in lonely places. Hurry. But because I remember the prayer to Lord Nrsingadev, hurry, ghosts do not touch me. But this hurry ghost is different. Hurry. When I began to chant the Nrsinga mantra, hurry, this ghost makes me cry out, hurry, with doubled hurry strength, hurry. Please don't go in that hurry direction, I forbid it. If you go near him, hurry, this ghost will hurry, catch, hurry, you, hurry, too, hurry.
My dear fisherman, I am a famous exorcist, and I know how to rid you of this ghost.
You are, hurry, you hurry, do.
Uh-huh.
Please get him out of me fast, hurry.
All right. Come here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dehinosmin Yata Dehe Savadam and Parichaja Shrimvatam Svakata Krishna Matraspashas Kuntaya. Now, the ghost has gone away. Don't be afraid.
Still, I don't feel the same as I did before I saw the ghost. But I'm not afraid anymore.
Please listen. Now you are calm, you can understand. The person who you think is a ghost is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
No, it can't be. I saw a ghost.
Because of his ecstatic love, the Lord fell into the sea, and you have caught him in your net and rescued him.
But Hari...
Simply by touching him, your love of Krishna has been awakened. But because you thought that he was a ghost, you were very much afraid of him. Now that your fear is gone and your mind is peaceful, please show me where he is.
But I have seen the Lord many times, but this is not him. This body is deformed.
Sometimes, due to the Lord's love for Krishna, his body becomes transformed and the joints of his bones separate.
That means I have rescued Lord Sri Chaitanya from the sea. Haribo! Haribo! Haribo!
Now, please take us to where the Lord is.
Following the fisherman, Svarup Damodar and the other devotees walked to where the Lord had been placed after being pulled from the sea. The Lord was lying on the ground, his body elongated and bleached white by the water. He was covered from head to foot with sand.
Sri Chaitanya.
It will be impossible to carry the Lord all the way back to his home.
We must loudly chant the holy names of Krishna into the Lord's ear. Then he will return to consciousness. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. My friends, let me tell you what happened. When I saw the Jamuna River, I went to Vrindavan and saw Krishna sporting in the Jamuna with Srimati Radharani and the gopis. After Sri Krishna left the water, Krishna and his gopis went to a small jeweled house decorated with fragrant flowers and green leaves. The gopis picked tasty fruits for the Lord, and Srimati Radharani brought sweets that she had cooked at home. When I saw this forest picnic, I became overjoyed. Then suddenly, your chanting brought me here. Where is Vrindavan? Where are the gopis?
You mistook the sea for the Jamuna and jumped into it. This fisherman here caught you in his net and rescued you. While you were seeing Krishna, we were seeing you unconscious and were suffering within our minds. But now, although we are sorry to have disturbed your vision, we are happy to see you alive and safe.
I went to Vrindavan where I saw Lord Krishna and the gopis. Hearing me speak about what I saw, I must have sounded quite mysterious to you.
My dear Lord, we are simply happy to have found you again. Now, let us all go and bathe in the sea.
Thereafter, Svarup Damodar, the devotees, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bathed in the sea, and then happily returned home. Anyone who listens to this pastime will certainly attain shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Once, there was a king named Uttanapara who had two wives, Suniti and Surichi. Surichi, King Uttanapada's younger wife, was the king's favorite. Suniti was not at all favored by the king. One day, Surichi's son Uttama and Suniti's son Dhruva were playing in the throne room.
Dhruva! Dhruva, come over here! I want to show you something really good.
That's certainly wonderful, Uttam. Let's play over here.
Their Royal Majesties, King Uttanapad and Queen Suruchi.
Father!
Father!
Father! Father, I want to come up and sit next to Uttam.
Later, Dhruva.
But I want to get up on the throne and sit with you and Uttam. Child, first deserve and then desire. Huh? Although you are the king's son, as much as my son Uttam, your great misfortune is that I am not your mother. But, my dear child, you are perhaps unaware of it, but your desire is doomed to failure. It will be impossible for you to sit on the throne, because you were born of another woman. Mother Suruchi, if you really want to rise to the throne of the king, then follow this advice. First, satisfy Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And when you are favored by him, then die and take your next birth in my womb. Father, you're silent and not protesting. I now know the anger a snake feels when beaten by a stick. I'm immediately leaving this palace. Dhruva, what's the matter? Have you had a fight with Uttam? No. No, you're trembling in great anger. What happened? Why are you so angry? And why are you crying so pitifully? Calm down and tell me what happened.
Queen Suniti, I'm sorry to have to be the one. While the king was sitting on his throne, Uttama climbed up to sit with his father. Dhruva also wanted to sit on the throne.
As the harsh words spoken to Dhruva were repeated to Suniti, her heart burned as if in a forest fire, and her bright lotus-like face filled with tears.
Dhruva, listen to me. Yes, mother, my dear son. Don't wish pain on others, for those who cause pain must one day themselves suffer from that very pain. But Mother Suruchi spoke so harshly to me. She made me so angry. Although it's hard to accept what Suruchi has said, it's true. If you wish to sit on the throne, give up your envy and worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Will that help me sit on the throne? You've come to me, insulted by your stepmother, crying for help, but I am unable to do anything. But Krishna can help. He's so kind to his devotees, and his kindness surpasses the kindness of millions of mothers. Mother, I will take shelter of Krishna, and then I'll be able to sit on the throne. I'm leaving the palace to find Krishna. Thank you, Mother. Goodbye, Dhruva. I pray that you will place the Supreme Personality of Godhead within your heart, and thus everything will become easy and successful. It's scary out here. But I am the son of King Uttanapad, and I'm not frightened. I'll sit down and I'll do yoga and meditate. And I'm going to find God and get my kingdom. And it will be so big, so very big. It will be bigger than the whole universe.
As Dhruva began meditating,
Radhika Raman, 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 Radhika Raman. How strong is the Kshatriya spirit of this son of King Uttanapad. The boy is only 5 years old, yet harsh words from his stepmother proved unbearable to him. I want to help him, but first I'll test his determination. Dhruva!
Narada Muni.
My dear boy, you are young. You should be out playing. Why be disturbed by words insulting your honor?
Oh, sage Narada, this may be the case with ordinary boys, but I am the son of King Uttanapad.
It's true you are the son of a great king, but still, finding God by the process of yoga is almost impossible, even for a man. Return home and try again when you grow up.
Although your instructions are good, I can't go home, for my heart is full of material desires.
Listen, instead of trying to fulfill them, keep yourself satisfied with whatever is offered by the Supreme Lord. Return home and become tolerant.
My heart has been pierced by the harsh words of my stepmother Suruchi, and nothing seems valuable to me anymore except to become king.
I can see you are truly determined.
My father is King Uttanapad, the king of the whole world, and my great-grandfather is Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe. Please help me achieve a kingdom greater than either my father's or my great-grandfather's.
Your demand to have a kingdom greater than the universe is that of a playful child. Practically, it is impossible to achieve.
Yes, Narada, it is practically impossible, but with your blessings, Krishna will be pleased, and if Krishna is pleased, then I can achieve even the impossible.
All right. So immediately go to the bank of the Jamuna River in Vrindavan. Bathe in the river and become purified. Practice yoga, but while practicing, meditate on the Supreme Lord who lives in everyone's heart, and chant this mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Again.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Good. Also, construct a deity of the Lord and offer him fruits and flowers. Dhruva, follow my instructions and you will reach perfection, and you will achieve your desires. You may leave for Vrindavan.
Thank you, Shri Narada.
I think it wise to visit King Uttanapad and see how he is faring. Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman, Radhika Raman.
Why have I acted so foolishly and rejected my son? Maybe he's cold or hungry. Maybe he's been attacked by wolves or lions, alone in the forest, because of my hard-heartedness. Dhruva, my son Dhruva, let my kingdom go to hell.
Hare Krishna. King Uttanapad, you appear distressed. What is troubling you?
Because of my cruel behavior, my son Dhruva has left the shelter of my home.
You need not worry about it.
But he's alone in the forest. He may be hungry or hunted by wild animals. Who's there to protect him?
Great souls like your son are never unprotected.
Dhruva is only 5 years old.
Although only 5, because of his determination to find Krishna, his mission will soon be successful. King Uttanapad, do not fear for Dhruva. It will not be long before you see your son again.
After Dhruva Maharaj arrived in Vrindavan, he began worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He first ate only fruits and berries, and then only dry grass and leaves. In the 4th month, he mastered the yogic breathing exercises, and thus breathed only once every 12 days. By the 5th month, Dhruva Maharaj was able to fully concentrate on the Supreme. As he captured the Supreme Personality of Godhead within his heart, Dhruva became heavier than the heaviest.
What's that?
The universe seems to be trembling.
What's causing it?
I don't know.
Help!
Help!
Help! Maybe it's the time of destruction.
Getting worse.
What should we do?
Shiva's meditating nearby. Let's go.
Help! Lord Shiva! Help!
Shiva, oh, greatest of the demigods. We are frightened by this universal trembling. Please, please, please.
Help!
Help! Help!
O demigods, although universal destruction is caused by me, its time is not yet here. I am not causing this shaking of the universe. Since Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and since he controls both the material and spiritual worlds, let us approach him.
Frightened and choked, the demigods took shelter of Krishna, who informed them that their distress was caused by the severe austerities of the boy devotee Dhruva Maharaj. Assuring the demigods that he would stop Dhruva and thereby save them, the Lord went to Mahavana forest in Vrindavan. As Dhruva meditated, the brilliant form of the Lord suddenly appeared. Dhruva was stunned and could not say a word. To help him, the Lord blessed Dhruva by touching his head with his conch shell.
You are the Supreme and the Creator of the material world. Foolish persons such as myself desire things other than your service, and thus they pray to you for useless enjoyment. Lord, worshipping and serving you is better than becoming a king. I understand that now. Please protect me, for I am your devotee.
You have completed your vows, and I shall fulfill the desire within your heart. You will rule earth for thousands of years without becoming old, and thus you will enjoy regal happiness on this planet. And when you die, you will remember me, and will attain dominion over my planet, the indestructible glowing pole star.
Alas, how foolish I was for approaching Krishna for a kingdom. Krishna can give us freedom from birth and death, and still I wanted to become a king. I was looking for glass, but by the mercy of Narada, Krishna gave me the most valuable jewel, his service. I will go home now.
When King Uttanapada heard that Dhruva was returning, he eagerly mounted his golden chariot, gathered his ministers and friends, and left his city. As his procession approached a nearby forest, the king saw Dhruva. With great haste, he dismounted his chariot and embraced his long-lost son.
Dhruva! Dhruva, you've returned! You've returned.
Please forgive me. I didn't mean to. Don't apologize, Mother. I feel no malice. Long may you live, Dhruva. Long may you live. My son. My son. I have a great hero for a son. I missed you so much, Dhruva. But at last my misery has ended, for you are coming home.
Let us now go back to the city, where the citizens are waiting to celebrate your return.
Even if a person has material desires for fame, profit, or power, he should approach only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, to satisfy his desires. Anyone who hears the narration of Dhruva Maharaj and repeatedly tries with faith and devotion to understand Dhruva's character attains pure devotional service, and by such activities he diminishes all the miseries within his life. While still a young man, Haridas Thakur left his home and built a small cottage in a forest near the village of Benapole. There, he planted a tulsi tree and chanted the holy name of the Lord all day and night. To maintain his body, he would go to a Brahmana's house and beg some food. He was so spiritually influential that all the neighboring people worshipped him.
How fortunate we are to have a great saint come live near our village.
But what a pity it is that our landlord Ramachandra Khan appears so envious of this great soul and pays him no respect at all.
What, me envious? How dare they? All this sadhu nonsense is becoming too much. Who is Haridas Thakur anyway? He's not even a Hindu. They dare to walk past my house without offering the slightest respect, talking all the time about this idle beggar. How could I possibly be envious of that fellow? I come from a most aristocratic family. All this land is mine, as far as the eye can see. I have beauty, wealth, education, everything a man could dream of. That rascal has nothing but a straw hut and a string of beads to his name. We'll see how renounced he really is. I have a plan. Let's see how long he can keep up his chanting in the association of a beautiful young woman.
Servant!
Yes, master? Let me see these young ladies you brought from the town. Ah, darlings, welcome. And what a pretty bunch you are. Now, let's see. Yes, my dear. You will be most suitable for my purposes. You others can run along now. Now, my dear, I'm sure you're fond of pretty things, hmm? Gold and jewels?
Bangles and necklaces? Help me with my plans and you'll be well rewarded. Near here lives a low-class man posing as a great sadhu. As a religious man, I feel it is my duty to expose him. Go to his cottage in the dead of night and distract him from his vows of chanting.
I shall easily attract his mind.
Do it quickly.
Rest assured, my lord.
Excellent. After Haridas falls, I will send my constables to arrest this fake and bring him to me.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Oh, Haridas. Oh, great preacher. Oh, great devotee. You are so young and attractive. Please, give up your chanting and spend some time in my association.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
I am so attracted to you. I cannot live without you. If you don't stop your chanting and associate with me, then I shall kill myself.
Don't be disturbed, for I shall certainly accept you.
Really? You will?
Yes, of course. But first, I have to finish my chanting. You'll have to wait a little longer. Is that all right?
Why, yes. I think I can wait for you. At least for a short while.
Then please sit down here and listen to the chanting of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Why must he take so long? I cannot imagine why. He spends so much of his time with his chanting.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
How much longer? I've been waiting here for hours. This Haridas Thakur seems to be only interested in chanting the holy name.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
It's
Krishna
light
Krishna,
already.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I am sorry I was unable to satisfy you. You see, I have taken a vow to chant 10 million names of God this month. I thought I would have finished tonight, but I couldn't. However, if you come back tomorrow night, I will certainly satisfy your desires.
Have you succeeded?
Almost. This Haridas Thakur is quite strange. Although I stayed at his cottage for the entire night, he did nothing except chant her holy name. However, he has promised that tonight he will satisfy all my desires.
Very good. So tonight, Haridas Thakur will be proved to be a fake.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Oh, Haridas! Woo! I'm here again.
Oh, it's you. Oh, tonight I will certainly complete my chanting, and then I will be free to enjoy your association. Just sit down for a short while and listen to the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
This is
Krishna,
really
Krishna
strange.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
He seems to be completely happy, just sitting there chanting Hare Krishna hour after hour.
Hare Rama,
Actually, I don't think he's a false sadhu at all. He seems completely absorbed in devotion to Lord Krishna. He just chants and chants and chants. It's amazing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
I can't go through with this. This man is obviously a great devotee. If I try to distract him from his chanting, it will be such an offense. Oh, I wish I could experience the ecstasy he is feeling.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama.
Oh, great sadhu, I have a confession to make. Ramachandra Khan sent me here to stop you from chanting Hare Krishna.
Actually, I knew everything about the conspiracy of Ramachandra Khan from the very beginning. He is nothing but an ignorant fool.
Because I'm a prostitute, I have performed unlimited sinful activities. Please be merciful unto me.
I would have left this place immediately because of Ramachandra Khan's plan. However, because you came to me, I stayed just to deliver you.
Please act as my spiritual master and instruct me.
Immediately go home and distribute whatever property you have. Then come back to this room and stay here forever in Krishna consciousness.
I'll do that.
Chant the Hare Krishna mantra continuously and render service to the Tulsi plant by watering her, offering prayers to her. And in this way, you will very soon get the opportunity to be sheltered by the lotus feet of Krishna.
So the prostitute gave away her possessions that she had, shaved her head, and then stayed in that room. Following in the footsteps of Haridas Thakur, she chanted 300,000 holy names of the Lord throughout the day and night. She worshipped the Tulsi plant and lived on whatever food was offered to her in charity. Gradually, symptoms of love of Godhead appeared on her body as the prostitute became very advanced in spiritual life. Seeing the sublime character of the prostitute, everyone was astonished and thus glorified the influence of Haridas Thakur. Ramachandra Khan was naturally a non-devotee. Now, having offended the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur, he became a demoniac atheist and blasphemed and insulted devotees at every opportunity. He even insulted Lord Nityananda when the Lord returned to Bengal, preaching the cult of Bhakti, love of Godhead.
Servant, is that Nityananda over there?
Yes, master.
How dare he come to my village and sit down in my courtyard with all his followers? Who does he think he is? Servant, get rid of these fools at once.
Yes, master. Dear sir, the owner of this house, the great exalted Sri Ramachandra Khan, has sent me to tell you to go away.
What?
Sri Ramachandra Khan says that this house is not suitable for you and your kind. He suggests that you search around the neighborhood. Perhaps you could find a milkman who'll let you hold your meetings in his yard and sleep in his barn. Now get out of here, all of you. Get out, get out, get out!
Ha!
Ramachandra Khan has spoken rightly. This place is certainly not fit for me. It is fit only for cow-killing meat-eaters.
Has he gone yet?
Yes, master.
Now, dig up all the dirt from where Nityananda sat. We'll have to purify the entire courtyard now he has been sitting there.
Yes, master.
After Lord Nityananda left, the governor's minister of finances came to Ramachandra Khan's house with some soldiers. He was very angry.
Ramachandra Khan! Ramachandra Khan! Come here immediately! Immediately!
Yes, Minister. I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong, have I?
I have the proof right here that you've been cheating the government of its taxes. Do you deny it?
Me? No, I'm honest. I'm good. I'm nice. I've done nothing wrong.
You lie! Soldiers, arrest this old lying rascal along with his wife and sons.
No.
You cheater! You've done nothing wrong. Here is the evidence.
Oh, please have mercy, please. I'm a religious man. I'll be good from now on.
So you're religious, are you? I'll show you what I think of your cow-worshipping religion. Soldiers, after you arrest this cheater and his family, kill a cow and cook its meat on this very spot. Then you can plunder his house and his village for as long as you want. Let's go!
So the Mohammedan minister of finance took away Ramachandra Khan's position, his wealth and followers, and left his village deserted. Although Vaishnavas do not take seriously offenses committed against them, the Supreme Lord becomes very angry. Therefore, we must carefully avoid blaspheming or criticizing the great devotees who have dedicated their lives to preach and spread Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement all over the world. All glories to Srila Haridas Thakur, who is remembered and revered for his incessant chanting of the holy names of the Lord.